At first glance, MIMIKYU does not look all that great. 70 HP is a decent stat for a basic, while Shadow Hit deals 60 damage for 2 energy. This is actually a pretty decent attack for a non-EX basic, until you realize it also deals 20 damage to one of your own Pokemon. Palosand is even worse. It's as if Onix got 20 more HP at the expense of being a stage 1 evolution. These Pokemon come off as pure filler, their sole purpose being to fatten up the card pool. Yet given how I'm making a video on them, you already know that's not the case. These cards fall under a specific design category we see all throughout the Celestial Guardians expansion. Mediocre Pokemon, backed up by a broken supporter. That is exactly what Acerola is. As you play Acerola, you get to choose a damaged Palosand or MIMIKYU. You then transfer 40 damage from it onto your opponent's active Pokemon. This is an insane effect for a supporter to have. Acerola leads to an 80 damage swing in your favor. For perspective, imagine combining Irida with 2 reds in the same turn. That's pretty much what Acerola is. This is a card that makes bad Pokemon worth playing. Today, we're the Ghost Captain. This list can shut down aggressive decks trying to stack up damage on us, while also having a dedicated counter to high-end attackers. Acerola transforms MIMIKYU into a legitimate early game threat. If our opponents try to rush our Pikachu wannabe down, we'll flip their own aggression against them and easily come out on top. Attempting to 2-hit KO MIMIKYU can be a lethal mistake, as thanks to Acerola, we effectively convert MIMIKYU into a basic that deals 100 damage for 2 energy with an HP stat of 110. The best way to deal with MIMIKYU is to quite simply one-shot it, and that's exactly why we call on his ideal teammate, Tapu Lele. This card is an incredible addition to the Psychic typing. Energy Arrow will deal 20 damage for each energy attached onto its target. Said target being any opposing Pokemon on the field. Meet Hitmonlee and Jynx combined. Once your opponent builds up their big bad in order to run through MIMIKYU, Tapu Lele will punish them for it. Leading off with MIMIKYU is key here, and it's also important for us to be able to pivot in Tapu Lele to punish the bench without losing momentum. This is why we run a full set of X speed. One copy of the Palosand evolution line helps us out in games that drag out. Palosand's attack may be slow, but its HP stat allows it to survive most blows, providing us with a reliable source for an Acerola combo. Click on the link in the description down below to head on over to Tactor.com, where you'll find all of my decks, and you can share yours. What Pokemon should I pick to grow next? Anataga Kimeru. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's play some MIMIKYU. Going first against Electric. That means Oricorio. Whenever I see Electric, it's some version of a deck with Oricorio. And we don't care about that. We have the Acerola here with a MIMIKYU lead. Gonna go to Professor's Research and gonna see if we can find some more Pokemon. Okay, let's go for the Pokeball. And we find Tapu Lele. So I'm gonna play double MIMIKYU. Keep Tapu Lele in hand because we can always send it after. We do have the X speed to pivot into it if we need to. And we have the Pokemon communication which we can use with it, potentially. They could have a... They need Rare Candy into Staraptor onto Berry. So 3 specific cards for them to have. If they have this, though, we are in big trouble. But I'm gonna risk it, because there's 3 specific cards they need to have. Okay, just don't have the berry. Defensive Whirlwind Staraptor with a giant cape onto Starly in the back. Getting ready to attack with that. We cannot put ourselves outside of range from that. We could X-Speed into Tapu Lele with a giant cape to survive that kind of hit. And I think that's what we're going to do, because we have the giant cape to protect us from a one-hit KO from that. So I'm going to preserve this energy onto MIMIKYU. I'm gonna pivot into Tapu Lele. Get ready for that energy arrow. Get that giant cape so we can live. And arrow them. Quite simply arrow them. 40, we're running 60 damage next turn while we can still build up Pokemon in the back. The moment we find another Tapu Lele, we could swap it for a Sandygast. Double rare candy. Double Staraptor, okay. Okay, so be it. There you are. Mars is essentially useless. There's just no other way to look at it. It's just useless. But Energy Arrow isn't. We deal 60 damage to this. Leaving it ready for a Mimikyu KO here. And we can work for a Palosand endgame. Mars isn't really accomplishing much, but neither is that Oricorio. That Oricorio doing nothing. Except it's actually killing my Mimikyu if I don't find another giant cape. Except I can just Acerola, to be honest. I now that I have another one, I definitely want to do that. Just to heal this. I'm gonna damage my Palosand, but I may end up just going for back-to-back Acerolas here. Transfer over the energy. Because I'll be able to heal off most of this Oricorio's attack. So maybe damaging my Palosand isn't ideal, but damaging my Mimikyu leaves me vulnerable. They have Shaman to what? What? Why Shaman? So this is like a counter deck. They run Staraptor to counter fighting types, and they have Oricorio to counter EX Pokemon. That's basically what they're doing here. I'm gonna Pokeball here, get Tapu Lele in. Energy on to Palosand here. Acerola again. We want to run through them here. Shadow hit them. I'm not sure what this deck was, but I'll take it. Going second this time. Against fighting. I don't mind fighting, especially with a Mimikyu lead going second. Oh yeah, with Acerola in hand, I'm ready to get Marsed. It's gonna be amazing. We one-shot this Mars Shadow. This is a matchup they do not want to have. I just need them to not attack my hand. And to not like Rampardos me. Effective immediately. That's also important. Let's go for the research, see if we can find some Pokemon too. Oh, okay, no, it's all Mimikyu. It's all in with Mimikyu. I'm gonna equip this giant cape. Because I leave myself very vulnerable to a Mars from them. And Mimikyu, like the cape will put in the work on Mimikyu anyways, especially with double Acerola in hand. Rampardos is a massive problem though. Rampardos is a big problem. Mimikyu has to deal damage to something, and... Oh, whoa, no, you didn't just... No, you did not just do that. You did not just... No, oh my, you are crazy. Oh my god. Oh. At that moment they knew. They fucked up. Oh my god, no. You're gonna learn a valuable lesson today. I have to hit myself. Yeah, remember I said I was worried about Rampardos? Yeah, no, not anymore. Like, what was that play? In their defense, I think they just haven't run into this. I think they have no idea what our deck is. And they thought they were being clever. I mean, you want to send Mars Shadow to the back, right? Like, I get that. But now you just... If you don't have another Pokemon, you die. You know this, right? Like, you literally just... Okay. GG. Omega. LOL. That's the worst X speed I've ever seen. Okay. I don't mind. I go first again and again and again. We have a Tapu Lele this time. We have a Professor's Research. And we got a Mars too. Machamp. Is this Machamp EX or is this the other Machamp? I guess we're about to find out. We're gonna go for the Professor's Research here. As we got double Acerola. That's really, really nice. It's where our deck's power comes from, so I love it. We got that MIMIKYU in there. Playing it, you know, so that like a random Mars doesn't just completely murder us. Even though it does leave us open to a Sabrina, we can always Acerola and just to make sure our MIMIKYU doesn't succumb to like a Machoke. I'm curious to see what kind of Machamp they're playing. Passimania EX. Okay, it's Machamp EX. It has to be Machamp EX. Important decision here. I think we Mars them. I think we always Mars them here. They have 5 cards in hand. This Mars will... If they have an X speed, it takes it away from them. Like, it really slows them down. And I can focus on... Because I could set up a MIMIKYU to one-shot this. So I'm going to place the energy on the MIMIKYU, actually. Even though Tapu Lele could start attacking that Passimania in the back. I really, really value this. They find their second research anyways, okay. But I stand behind this Mars because they were kind of telegraphing an X speed. And the biggest weakness for Passiminian is... I keep calling Passiminian. I know... some of you think that I do this on purpose. I really don't. I don't know why my brain just... I don't know why I do that every single time. Passimian. It's like a tick. I don't even understand it. The biggest weakness Passimian has is that it's an EX Pokemon. Meaning if I do this... playing around a random Giovanni. I have a Palosand here, but I'm just gonna go for the Shadow hit. I'm just gonna hit the Tapu Lele. Then all of a sudden that Passimian is useless. In the sense that its ramp does not matter because I got the kill on the Machamp. They were really telegraphing that X speed, so that Mars definitely set them back. Because they had to fish for it again and they did not find it. That's the biggest problem with combining Passimian with like other like stage 2 evolutions. If you manage to get a kill on the basic, then the Passimian is just done. Because if this dies, they lose. So that's why I think the best Passimian deck as of now is the Rayquaza deck that I shared. Because that deck is fine-tuned to not be vulnerable to that. With double Ilima and 1 copy of Leaf, the deck is extremely efficient at just making sure you stay alive. I'm gonna go for the Pokemon Communication now. Because this Palosand is not doing anything in my hand, and I'm gonna try to find another MIMIKYU. Or a Tapu Lele, I guess. To build up energy onto. As we go for the Acerola here. Putting ourselves outside of Seismic Talk's range, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that sweet? And we're quite close to scoring a KO on this. And Tapu Lele is just kind of like checkmate. Because now if they retreat with the Passimian, because they placed that third energy on it, they doomed it. They absolutely doomed it. except they just seismic toss me. So I'm gonna get the sexy Acerola kill because it's cool. Okay. Don't judge me. This is not BM. Oh yeah. Oh, for the intro, baby. For the intro. What a pretty KO. Dominated. Back-to-back fighting matchups where they just couldn't handle. I think they really didn't understand. I mean, in this case, you know, they were setting up an X speed, and in the prior game, they they just don't know what this Pokemon does. And here we are, educating our enemies. That's what we do. Okay, we're going second. We did it. Against Darkness, we got MIMIKYU lead. Palosand in hand. We need Sandygast. And we gotta watch out for that rare candy Greninja play. This is obviously combining Greninja with Darkrai. And Giratina. Greninja, Darkrai, Giratina. That's like the ultimate greedy version. Let's see what we have. The Acerola, okay. There's the Sandygast. I don't want to develop it just yet, because if they were to Sabrina me here, they slow me down too much. So I'm gonna wait one turn to develop it. And of course I get Mars, man, when I do that. Of course. I just wasn't expecting a Mars in a deck that runs... They run dual energy? What? I was not expecting Mars in a deck that runs Greninja, Darkrai, and Giratina. I thought Sabrina was more likely. It's a very poorly built deck, running both energies. Now I can apply double giant cape. And hope for a Tapu Lele. I don't like this deck build at all. Like, it's running dual energy with Darkrai Giratina. It's running Greninja alongside that, and they still somehow run space for Mars despite running double rare candy. Like, I just don't know what their distributions are, but I do not like what I see. But I basically need a Tapu Lele. I played one Pokeball. Tapu Lele, we need you. Tapu Lele, we need you. I can't Acerola. Unless I find Tapu Lele and I can pivot into it immediately. Okay. We got business. We got business. We gotta go for the X speed and we gotta hit this now. We gotta hit this hard. Giant Cape onto the Mimikyu. And Energy Arrow onto the Giratina. For 100 damage. Look at that massive hit. And surprise them with the Acerola. Try to have them basically heal this. But this Tapu Lele is kind of like checkmate. It's such a great, like, this is what we had in mind when deck building with Mimikyu. I don't know why I'm talking plural. This is what we had in mind, right? Like, Mimikyu, the way to deal with it is to one-shot it. Pokemon who one-shot it need to build up a lot of energy. So because they need to build up a lot of energy, Tapu Lele plays super well into them. And Tapu Lele is an exceptional counter to Giratina EX specifically because Giratina racks up 4 energy, Giratina retreats, I can continue to hit it, Giratina deals damage to itself so the damage builds up quickly. And we're just able to really, really punish that Pokemon. Was triggered by just like that Mars, honestly. Like I stand by my play. Because reading the deck, I thought Sabrina was more likely. Because you're running the Greninja line, you're running Rare Candy. You know, I mean, you know, it's not like playing Mars is like erroneous, but I just don't know how you have the space for it specifically. I mean, you do want to prioritize Cyrus over Sabrina in that kind of deck anyways, right? It just really tilted me. It really tilted me that I made a good call, I think, and I got completely punished by it. And then I saw that dual energy, and the fact that they were running 2 energy allowed them to attack 1 turn earlier with Giratina. So it was just the game was tilting me out of the face of the earth. But Tapu Lele is just such an amazing counter to those kind of Pokemon that it really glues the deck together. And I'm happy I got to showcase it here. Good attack for the intro too. Let's keep it going. And we go second again. Fire. We got fire this time around. I mean, if it's a Moltres Charizard, no, that's not. It's not that. It's Pyukumuku. I mean, I can ignore this thing, and until I see water energy there, I don't have to do anything to it, and I can just start attacking the back. And if they try to play passive and not build up energy, then I can just out-tempo them and work to build up a Palosand. There's the Acerola. How about we get ourselves another basic we can start investing onto? Ask and thou shalt receive. How about a Sandy Gas? Sandy Gas would be really nice here. Oh, okay. Let's drop that Mimikyu. Let's keep the other one in hand because of Pokemon communication. You know, even though every time I say something like this, I get Marsed. But, okay, there is the water energy. It's just everybody's playing Mars, and they're playing it at the beginning. Every goddamn time, bro. And you die. That Mars gave me the game. My God, I'm getting Mars left and right today. Easy peasy. And you know what? I'm not gonna let my Mimikyu die. Not for this. I'm gonna give him a giant cape, and you're out. I don't even know what the hell that was. Like, I have no idea what I was facing. Dual energy with Pyukumuku. I don't know. Didn't matter. All right. Bunch of games in a row where we go first, and now a bunch of games in a row where we go second, and we face fire again. I suspect it's not gonna be Pyukumuku again. Oh. That's a matchup I am content with. Come on, Stoke. Stoke all you want, brother. Can we stop? How is this happening? How is this happening literally every freaking game? Like, how is this, like, why are people even playing turn 1 Mars to begin with? Can this nonsense end? My God. Yeah, I know that actually ruins my hand, but that there's no logic behind that Mars play except like I'm just gonna get 1 card out of them. But I haven't even played Professor's Research yet. Like, you could make my hand better for all you know. My goodness. I'm gonna hold on to my Mars. And I'm gonna play another Tapu Lele and build that up too. Yeah. I'm not gonna Mars them because it's not making quite the impact just yet, and they could build up their hand a bit more. They haven't played a single Professor's Research, so I want to wait for them to play it so that I can really hit them hard with it. Like, you know, use my head with the card and not just like spam it randomly. Which is what all these people are doing, and it's triggering me. Okay, so let's see if they have the Infernape. I mean, there's no Professor's Research here, but Mars is just gonna like shuffle their hand at this point. It is what it is. I mean, this Magmar is not doing anything. Like, I can always deal with this Magmar later. But dealing 20 damage to this is important. Like, all damage on this is important. The problem is the Infernape is just... The Infernape is a hassle. The Infernape is a big hassle. What's the call here? Energy Arrow. I can't believe I got Mars like 3 games in a row. I'm gonna hit that Monferno. Because I'm gonna need damage on this Infernape. They can't Dawn or anything, so I get to attack twice with this. As we have the Sandy Gas there. I could build up a Palosand in the endgame. So I'm gonna deal damage to it. Though it does play into a Cyrus. They have 1 point, so the moment I get some decent value to this Mars, when are they gonna play their Professor's Research? So I can effectively counter that play. Sabrina me, okay. It's not really a problem. I'm gonna go for the Mars now. I take away 1 card from them. And I limit their ability to evolve into that Chimchar, basically. I can pivot this away. Continue to build damage on the Palosand, because I haven't drawn into Acerola yet. And play around the Dawn, which they may be trying to set up, right? Like that's the point of this Mars. It's not just to deny a potential, because they're either setting up a Turbo Evolution onto the Chimchar in the back, or they're setting up a Dawn. So even though they can draw their Professor's Research, I limit them to the ability for them to do that this turn. And what matters here is I can Cyrus the Infernape. Which they just gave to me. And quite frankly, that's really weird. Now I just guaranteed kill them. Only another Mars stopped this, but there's no way they play 2 Mars in this deck. So I'm just gonna go for the Shadow hit. I'm gonna hit the MIMIKYU. Knock out the Infernape that they just gave me for some reason. I mean, they gave it because they want to build up another Infernape, but now Cyrus wins. And they're looking to build up a rare candy play onto it. There it is. That was their plan all along, right? To just force me to go through another Infernape, but you know, Cyrus exists. And fortunately, unless you got healing, that Magmar is at range. I'm happy I ignored the Magmar and focused on being able to take down the Infernape. As now my boy Palosand comes in and ends things with the spooky shot. The ultimate 3 energy attack for 70 damage. Incredible stuff right here. Yeah. Yeah, next time, don't Mars me. This is what happens when you turn 1 Mars me. It pisses me off. Can we not get Marsed? Can we like not do that? Would be nice. I'm gonna lead off with the Tapu Lele. Because we have double X speed, and setting the Sandygast is, even though going second, it could be decent. I can build it up anyways and pivot into it when I need to. The skill dive, Acerola, is a nice counter to that. I gotta watch out sending the Sandygast in, though. Because they can pierce the pain. Let's go for the Pokeball first. We find the Mimikyu and then go for the research. Now we gotta think here, because if they skydive onto us, they enable Pierce the Pain. There we go. We have the X speed. But if they do skydive onto us, we can send in Mimikyu. And knock out the Rowlet, so they gotta be careful here. Nitrato, you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire, Nitrato. Nitrato! Oh, no, Nitrato, no. Ay, Nitrato, no. You don't get to do that. There will be repercussions. That's why we play double XP. We can bring this guy in immediately. 60 damage for 2 energy is no joke. It allows us to one-shot. Now, the problem is if we damage something... I'm gonna damage my own Mimikyu, actually. I'm gonna damage my own Mimikyu here because Dartrix deals 30 damage. So unless I have Dartrix into Giovanni, which I'm just not playing around, I can enable the Acerola for good value here. They Sabrina me. And that's fine. We send in Tapu Lele. Who can pivot for just 1 energy? Tapu Lele is such a powerful addition to the Psyche typing. Like, it's legitimately an amazing... Wait, is that it? That's not it. Just show me a Leaf Cape or something. Oh, okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. But I have Acerola, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're gonna pivot you in. Before anything, we're gonna pivot you in. We're gonna send in Mimikyu. Now, we need to think about this, because as we heal with Acerola, what are we pinging? I think we have to ping in the Tapu Lele. We play a Giant Cape here. And we Shadow hit. And we can Mars right after. They Pierce the Pain, but that Pierce the Pain triggers my Mars. Allows me to put them down to 2 cards. We have another Mimikyu there, though. I'm gonna Mars them here. Take away 2 cards from their hand. I'm gonna place the energy onto Palosand, right? Player on their own Mars. And use my Palosand as a way to soak up damage from Pierce the Pain and not leaving my Mimikyu at range. As they go for Leaf Cape in the back. Okay, that is everything. Like, if I can knock this out, let them bring that in, and surprise them with my Acerola, I win. I just need them to not have healing. They've already played one Erica. I need them to not have another one here. That's all I need. So I have to shadow hit them. Knock out the Decidueye. Alright, sorry, the other one. Just no Erica. No Erica, please. Okay, they have Erica. It's not the end of the world. They Razor Leaf here. It's fine. It's fine. They found the healing, but it's not the end. We have a counter to a potential second Sabrina, which is unlikely. And we have Acerola, most importantly. Transfer over that energy, or that damage, rather. And spook him. Spook him hard. Double Erica down. I repeat, double Erica down. And we got him. Mama, we got him! In case they try to raid, we drew the Cyrus anyways. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, let's go! That Decidueye deck has been gaining popularity, by the way. The combination with the Stage 1 evolution, which was the intended initial design. I think people really underestimated it. I still am a big fan of Decidueye Greninja. That's where the juice is at for me. But that's a legitimate deck as well. Like, people have been starting to realize that it actually, like, they function really well together. Like, the AoE 20 damage for 1 energy is very good. Even though Spiritomb is a basic, it's dealing half, and it really makes a difference, especially when you get multiple attacks through. You know, with Leaf Cape and Erica, you can actually enable that. That deck is no joke, and we beat it.